Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It's September 23rd when I'm recording this Monday, and we are coming into the final stretches of September. And a buddy of mine shared this chart with me. I think a lot of you guys know that September is historically weak. I find this to be very interesting and, of course, very glaring. And I also kind of said that, if everybody knows that this is a thing, then maybe at some point it's just also become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's one of those things to kind of be aware of that, the seasonal performance towards the end of September. Even John Carter last week said that it was the last week of September that, for the last X number of years has always been the weakest. And so let's see if we can find any reasons for that to be the case. And if we come here and we look at the SPX, in one sense, it's, I'm not trying to be bearish, but I'm trying to say, are we going to get some sort of trap door or a bull trap, this kind of situation that takes anything by surprise and wipes some stops out and creates a dip of some sort, because it's hard to be bearish about new all-time highs. Right? It's a pretty good time in through here. So what I'm looking at, and just from my perspective, we've gone from here, we've broken through with the FOMC and the 50 basis point rate cut, and so all this is looking pretty good. But if I were to really just look at this, I try not to buy when things are kind of off of the 8 EMA. And you can see that the bodies of the candles are up here. And we got a bunch of little dojis in here. That might be another thing to kind of look at. We have doji, doji, doji. And we are still kind of a little bit of a distance between price and the 8 EMA. A lot of times price likes to test the 21 EMA as far as some support. So the fact that we're up here, might need to come down a little bit. And if we actually look at the SPX chart, since I have more drawn on here, you can also see that there is a trend line here, and a lot of times, it's not always perfect, but this is a typical thing that happens, is that when you have a resistance line like this and you finally push through it, sometime in the future it can come back and test it for support and then go up. We see that with moving averages, we see it with price levels, we see it with all sorts of stuff, and this might be one of those times. So that's going to be something I'm watching for. Also, we know that 5,600 is a very major level. You can see just how many times 5,600 was danced around and act as a center line, and for now 5,700 seems to kind of be the new area of support and resistance. And so if we do get a pretty sharp drawdown this week, even 2 days would put this down far enough, and maybe we get down to 5,600. We could also say that there's a possibility of that happening, because if we do look at the Moxie indicator, I've been noticing that price has been up and the Moxie indicator is down. And so, today's Monday, nothing really happened today. Well, now we'll have to see what Tuesday and Wednesday provides for us. The other thing that I'm looking at is if we come over here and we look at breadth, this is another thing that I'm starting to notice. And what I can point out is you can see here how price, so the market is higher, but notice how fewer stocks are over their 20-day SMA. It's not huge, but it could be kind of the first start of some negative divergence that is showing up that might help demonstrate that we could be getting some sort of pullback, less participation that is happening on this move up, anything else like that. So I've been looking around trying to see, okay, when is this all going to show up? And another thing we can look at, IWM. And not that the IWM is going to lead the market or anything else like this, but it is notable that we are starting to see something like this. And look, see here how that one did pull back. And you can see the same thing I was showing earlier. When price got too far away from the daily 8 EMA, this started to pull back. So I see the IWM pull back. And I think if we look at the SMH or the SOXX, you can see this one's still really not going anyplace. It is trying, so I do think we're working on something, but it might be able to use a pullback. And then if we look at the Dow, which is very nice, very high up here, but it too seems like it's getting a little bit stretched and could use a bit of a pullback. And so a lot of these things are kind of starting to tell me the same sort of thing. And then we can even look at KRE, the regional banks, also does a lot like IWM. You can see it's pulling back. And then I think even XBI, which is biotech, and you can see here how it's pulled back a lot today, but that started on Friday as well. So I'm seeing a lot of things out there that are pulling back. I'm still bullish on the market, but I'm kind of waiting for some sort of trapdoor to open up and see if there's going to be a dip like this that we can actually end up buying. So that's going to be my direction for the market is let's not chase it up here. Let's see if it gives us an opportunity, and then we can have a little bit of a cleaner slate to go from. All right, guys? So thanks again. We'll see you later this week, and take care.
Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.